Warrington, team who you ran close way back at the start of the season, and a team who were out of form, but they just won the Challenge Cup. They're a bit of a conundrum.
Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? I think they've lost six on the bounce. It's just been one of those years this year. But fantastic team, very hard to beat at home. They've won the Challenge Cup, and I think they're parading that before the game. But we've not really done a great deal on Warrington. We've more focused on what we did well at the weekend and what we didn't do too well. And I thought we were great value last week. I thought defensively we were really, really good, and we had some intent. I think the things that we didn't do particularly well was as attack and as intercepts. I thought his kicking game were pretty poor. I think we kicked the ball dead twice and kicked the ball out in the full once. And they're the areas that we need to improve on this week. So it's a massive game for the club and for the players, and I'm fairly confident that we can get the result tomorrow.
Obviously, you had an improved performance last week from the last time against Wigan, but you've lost another couple of bodies as well. Bill Tooper being the key one, and I guess you're just glad to get this season out of the way now.
Yeah, I've been saying that for the last probably 4 or 5 weeks. It's been challenging. We lose. Bill just played him into some form. A real handful the last couple of weeks. He were excellent against Solskjaer. A really good start against Wigan, and we're losing to a simple tackle where he's overstretched and he's torn his pec, and it's probably going to be about 3 months. So we lost Bill, and we lost Chris Anakin. Which again didn't help. So there's a couple of injuries there, and then obviously we've lost James Batchel as well now with a shoulder that's been hanging on for a couple of weeks. So we're just fortunate that we managed to get some business done just before the transfer window ended, or else we'd have been in a big hole. But we've got 18 fit players for this weekend. They've got a real good opportunity now to there's a few guys in there that are playing for contracts as well, so it gives me another game to have a look at those guys. But I'm looking forward to it Friday. I think all the pressure's on Warrington. They need that win to get back into the top two. We go there with a fighting chance, and looking forward to the game. Having
the reserves play in midweek, has that helped in terms of having players up to almost match fitness for this game?
Yeah, it certainly helps. Geordie Crowther and George King that come straight into the 17. Without that reserve game last week, I think probably 3, maybe 4 weeks since the last played. So they got some decent minutes into themselves last week, and both those two guys will play this week. So that's been a big help in that respect as a reserve grade.
They've been without player costume for a while, but it looks like he's in the 19-man squad at least this week, and he'll be a key man again for Warrington in their push.
Yeah, well, up until him getting the injury, probably the man of steel, wasn't he? Probably the form player in the competition. But as I've said, it's genuine. We've not really done a great deal of work on Warrington. We've taken a lot of positives from the last couple of weeks and the things that we've been doing really, really well, and we've worked hard on the things that we've not done particularly well, and we look forward to a game tomorrow night, and I think there's 2 evenly matched teams there, and both teams have got everything to play for.
And you'll be paying no attention to what's going on elsewhere tomorrow night?
No, well, I certainly won't be. You can't. My main focus is making sure we get the job done on Friday night. I'm pretty sure that Michael and the rest of the guys will be checking the phones, but we've got a job to do tomorrow night against Warrington, and we've got to make sure that we put in a good performance, play well, and if we can play well and play like we have done the last couple of weeks, then I'm fairly confident we can get a result.
And then just hopefully for yourself get that win, and then just can concentrate on building for next year. Yeah. Like I say, it's been challenging. There's lots of good things in place in terms of plans for next year and the recruitment. It's the sooner we get the result, or sooner we know that everything's done and dusted, then the easier it is for everybody, and the sooner we can announce signings and things like that. So
yeah, we just need to make sure that we get the result on Friday, and if we can do that, then you know, we can all sleep a little easy over the next 3 or 4 months.
Last one from me. It's a positive one for a change, I guess, in recent weeks. Reece Lyne named the Wakefield training squad, so a chance of becoming, I think, Wakefield's first story since, I think, Michael Jackson and Gary Price in 1992. He sometimes, I think, doesn't get the credit from outside of the club because they don't see what he does week in, week out.
He certainly gets the credit from the staff and the players. I think, you know, probably Reece is probably the shining. There's probably a couple of players. You know, there's Kyle Wood there, Ben Jones Bishop, but you know, Reece Lyne. He's really been a shining light in what's been a real disappointing season for Wakefield Trinity. He's kept his form. He's kept his form all through the year. I don't think he's, off the top of my head, I don't think he's missed a game. You know, what you get with Reece every week is a 8, 9 out of 10, and I think it's taken some time for the fans to take to Reece, but you know, he's a champion fella. There's a willingness to keep learning, and you know, he's matured into a very, very good rugby league player and a senior player that you know, that I listen to and speak to on a regular basis. So I've seen some real big improvements in Reece, certainly the last 3.5 years, 4 years since I've been at the club, and like I said, he's been a shining light for us this year in what has been a disappointing season. So you know, all the credit's got to go to Reece. He works hard on his game. He wants to improve. He wants to win every week, and you know, he's a pleasure to have around the dressing room.